April, they say, is the cruelest month. Once the lion of March has retreated, we yearn for spring, yet we usually have to wait longer for fair weather. I speak as one who got battered by April on my way from Wisconsin to visit family on the East Coast. Delayed in Detroit, I passed the time by a fountain, thinking about my parents, relieved that they weren't the ones stuck in the airport on their way to see me. Once back in the air, turbulence forced my plane to circle above Newark for more than an hour. The rocky flight seemed a fitting way to start my journey, one I had been anticipating with some trepidation. My siblings and I grew up 45 minutes south of New York City by rail. Dad was born in the same town, and Mom grew up further down the tracks. Married for 65 years, they live outside of Princeton now. Heading there, I feel excited to see them, yet I am anxious thinking about how much they may have changed since we were last together. That was Thanksgiving. Now, it is Passover. I find it hard not to worry about my parents' current state of health. This year, persistent fainting spells led Dad to have a pacemaker implanted. And Mom, once all but impossible to say goodbye to over the phone, now utters a few terse sentences before turning things over to my father. Her remoteness is an unsettling sign that I'm losing her.
How is the drive over?
No problem at all.
Will she remember who I am by this time next year? Could Dad's heart give out between now and then?
Last night, Stacy Rockman insulted me. She says, "Who's going to drive you home?"
What did you tell her?
I said, "You have to be kidding. I'm a young 90-year-older.
My heart longs for you.
Might this be our last Passover together? Or am I just being dramatic?
Hold me tight and whisper to me.
My siblings can't join us tonight, nor can my wife and daughter. Only my son, who lives in Philadelphia, will be here to round out the table. So this Seder will be small compared to ones I took part in growing up.
Same to you, and where are you calling from?
It's been years since Mom was fully in charge of dinner preparation. In the past, her painstaking nature created more than a little tension in the house leading up to the holiday. But now, watching her shuffle about, still detail-driven but unable to complete most tasks unassisted, I miss that tension.
Okay, is this straight? Can you straighten this out now?
Tediously slow and hesitant, deferring to me on every point, she seems like someone else's mother.
Is this okay now, Marky Doodle?
Let's do it together. Come on.
Right, pull that side straight, and then this side.
Dad's sense of humor, on the other hand, has remained constant.
I like things just so. If you don't have it looking neat, I get upset.
The cheering is not coming from the radio or TV. That's Dad's Talking Rutgers University bottle opener.
I'll from the class of 44, the class that won the war.
Now, wait a minute. I need 2 more spoons.
I find the delight he takes in activating the device over and over endearing and, well,
This is classic.
a bit too much at times.
What is this now?
You want to put the pecans in and finish it up?
All right.
What, this?
Yeah, finish
You
up
do
the,
it.
finish up the
Mom, it's your
charoset, the
turn.
two of you.
No, you do it.
You do it together. All you have to do is pick them up, put them in. You taught me how to do this. So with your hands or with a spoon, yeah.
In here?
Watch this knife. Don't go stabbing anybody.
All right, is this enough in here?
Yeah. I told you when we were going steady that our family wasn't very religious. Remember that?
Yeah, I never forgot it.
We went to-
It's good to be here, buddy. Chag Sameach, happy Passover.
What's going on here? What he does, he advertises for women, he takes pictures of them. And when I heard he did that, I said, Rube, no expense, I'll come over, I'll help undress the women, I don't want any money for it. He never called me even once. And I thought it was a nice gesture on my part. Look at this.
Yeah. I live here too, so we can be that way.
And Mom, why do you do that?
She has some wooden breasts, what is it?
Because that's how I like it. That's the same kind of logic that you use with yours.
Bobby, where would you like to sit?
I'm going to sit here or here or here. Grandma used to say that where you sit, that's Aiden on. That's the top of the barrel.
My brother in Israel calls to wish Mom a happy birthday. She's still asleep.
Well, that's the normal thing to do, of course.
Dad listens attentively as my brother describes family troubles he's having.
I don't blame you.
Oy, children.
What a world. How do you expect people, countries, religions to get along in the families themselves? Look at our family, too. Where did my Chowhound wife go? She's unbelievable.
It's great. It's the most exhilarating thing that we do. Gives us good exercise. We get a little vitamin D, the sunshine, and
I used to walk around the whole area, but now I'm down to 4 times around this circle, which is about a half an hour. And weather permitting, we do it every day. And it's not as much as I'd like to do, but if I do it any further, that left knee does not approve of it. So if I do 4 decent ones, well, I find that it's adequate.
Dad is not only conscientious about his exercise, he surrenders himself to naps with the abandon of a child. Sleep, on the other hand, must sneak up on Mom, an insomniac like me, in order to take her by surprise. One by one, my parents' friends have died off or moved to Florida. But Sally and Nat are still around to help celebrate Mom's birthday.
And we've been through many years, and we're both reaching our 89th, and that's pretty amazing.
Pretty great.
And you look as beautiful as ever, and I wish you many more happy.
Thank you.
Doll, I'm toasting you. You're a doll.
Fittingly, Nat was the one who introduced my folks nearly 70 years ago.
Back to how long we've known you.
Here's looking at you, kid.
Doll, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Very happy birthday.
Happy?
To 120, at
That's
least.
right. 110 is good enough.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I happen to be a frustrated artist, and a lot of times both Mom and I wanted to make sure what day it is, so I felt just writing what day it is, I may as well embellish it with some amateur artistic work. So one thing led to another, so I have either this little funny face up there, or some birds, or some flowers, or something. None of these will go to any museum. None will have any intrinsic value except for the family. But I do enjoy writing it every morning, and if Mom doesn't realize what day it is, I said, don't look at the calendar, look at that amateur artwork up there. And I certainly agree that it is amateur, but we have to take it as it comes.
I think it's the same thing over and over again, but it's very fine. If he likes it, that's good.
It's not the same thing. It's every week. It's a different program. There's a different person or a different flower. That's what make life go on. Variety is the spice of life.
Though more painfully aware of Mom's current challenges than anyone else in our family, Dad has been wary of seeking outside help. So he surprised me by suggesting this outing. I read it as a signal that his attitude is evolving.
Do you know where we're going?
Do I know where we're going?
Yeah.
Not exactly, no.
What do you think we're going to do?
Well,
But there's such great articles.
Along the way,
that
Dad
you can't
hops
stay away
effortlessly from sports to movies to jokes to the latest issue of The New Yorker.
now this school has an interruption in it.
Mom, however, sits quietly until something familiar jogs her
That's the
memory.
spot where you have to go back into the wall. Yeah.
So what is this place?
Well, this is a caregivers here.
Mom, you know this place?
No,
We
we pass it all
came.
the
No, we
time.
came once. We let one of the women off here. These are apartments for assisted living up there. We've never been through it. I think we have to go around the back.
Hello, how are you guys?
Probably do some questions.
That'll be great. How are you? You haven't taken my blood pressure lately because I'm strong like bull.
I know, you haven't called me.
That's right.
Hi. How are you, darling?
My philosophy is sooner or later, we're going to be in another stage. So what we're doing now is just checking these places out. This place couldn't be any closer. The people are lovely. And when the time comes, we'll make a choice. Right now, we're not ready. One of us still goes fishing. One of us still drives at night. So we're ambulatory. Slow, little aching knees, but we're able to do everything that we wanted to do.
How about you, Mom? Would you come here if Dad wanted to come?
I don't know. I'd have to, haven't had a good exposure of what it is. I like to know a little bit what I'm getting committed to.
It frustrates me that my folks have taken so long to visit a place like this. Pop's a go-getter who can effortlessly entertain himself. But Mom, less enterprising and prone to worrying, might be more present now if she had frequented a senior center to regularly engage her mind and spirit.
I just want to welcome everybody this evening and thank you so much for coming. This is Buckingham Place Adult Day Center. In this lovely room, we have about 45 to 55 older adults who come for socialization, meals, companionship, and then we drive them home at the end of the day.
Mild cognitive impairment stage is when somebody already has memory problems or thinking problems, but they still can function independently. When they lose independence, that's when they go into the dementia stage. There are more women who have Alzheimer's disease, but one thing, women statistically live longer than men. And then the other thing is there is still the question about the hormone influence, which we don't have the clear-cut answer now.
You know Mona Lisa, the painting? You have a certain expression there. What do you think your expression is saying?
I think Bob Stanley painted this picture. I'm not sure.
What do you think you're saying in it with your face? What's your expression? Can you read your expression?
No, I'd have to paint something up in my mind.
Has my mother entered the middle stages of Alzheimer's, or is she battling Lewy body, vascular, or some other cause of dementia? Does it matter? At this point, no. The fact is, she's not as sharp as she once was, but her one-liners prove how with it she can be at times.
Seafood diet.
While Dad, aching limbs and all, has inspired me with his patience and good cheer. So the best I can do for my parents is to love and support them as they are right now.
Seafood per se?
No, you know your line about seafood, that you've followed the seafood diet.
You eat everything you see.
Oh, yeah, Mom corrected me. That's right. I'm on a seafood.
My wife's folks are gone, as are almost all of my friends' parents, so I know I am fortunate. Still, I can't shake the feeling that as Mom and Dad slow down, time seems to be speeding up and may overtake one or both of them before next Passover. As for me, 1 year shy of 60, I wonder, will I age like my mother or my father? Watching Mom, I know I'm at risk, so the best I can do is to follow Dad's example, to find ways to exercise my mind and body, laugh as much as I can, take pleasure in food and naps, and not worry too much about what is to come. On my final day with my parents, I go out in search of one sure sign of spring. For as long as I can remember, Dad has always had a garden. In my childhood home, he planted more than an acre of vegetables. In his current place, he has 2 narrow plots on each side of the house. The April asparagus makes me think of my parents. One shoot is already too mature to harvest. Another looks bent over with age. Then there are 2 sprouts just breaking through the soil's surface, like newlyweds. They will be delicious in a day or 2.